Hey everybody, it's me again, and today I'm going to do a movie review. It was the movie based on the book by E.B. White, distributed by Columbia Pictures, and it was from 1999, which that would be Stuart Little. Yep, that's right, I'm going to do a movie review on Stuart Little. So for the plot for this movie, you got this family got the Littles, Mrs. Little and Mr. Little, played by Gina Davis and Hugh Laurie. We got this mouse named Stuart Little, played by Michael J. Fox. George Little, played by George Little wants his little brother named Stuart Little. Jonathan Lipnicki. George Little was played by Jonathan Lipnicki. We got this cat named Snowbell, played by Nathan Lane. And then later on, Stuart Little gets stuck in the washing machine by Mrs. Little, played by Gina Davis, and Mrs. Little trying to save Stuart out of a washing machine. And Stuart Little gets sick, gets infected, gets sickness. Is safe in his room. The doctor will check this. The doctor gave Stuart Little a heart attack. Make Stuart Little feel better. And then later on, Stuart Little chases Snowbell. And then later on, but the Littles, Stuart Little and George Little going on to the boat race. Goes to the toy store. And all his friends comes to the party. And then later on, Stuart Little chases the cat Snowbell. Then Stuart Little goes into the George Little's basements, like a western playset, creative of like a live western of Stuart Little imitating the cowboy and Sheriff Stewart of Sheriff Callie from Sheriff Callie's Wild West. Howdy, partner. Draw, you little pigeon of one-eyed prairie dog. Pew, 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 pew. That was pretty funny. And then later on, the Littles and Stuart Little and George Little goes on to the boat race to win the trophy. Gets the trophy. And then later on, Stuart Little met his parents. He goes on to a vacation into a golf course, like a castle. And then later on, Stuart Little coming home from the castle of golf course. And then the cat's trying to catch Stuart Little with a car. And then Stuart Little's trying to escape from the waterfall in the water. Escape from the waterfall. He defeated all the cats, played by Steve Hans, and all the cast members did a great job on this movie. And then later on, Stuart Little, Snowbell, George Little, Mrs. Little, and Mr. Little must save the day. And then Stuart Little and George Little are best friends now. So that's for the plot for this movie. So what do I think of it? Wow, that was an awesome movie distributed by Columbia Pictures from 1999. The music is good, live action's good, screenplay's good, voice actor's good, story's good, sound effects pretty good, song's pretty good, sound effects pretty good, and the colors are pretty good. Michael J. Fox did a great job voice of Stuart Little. Gina Davis did a great job voice of Mrs. Little. Hugh Laurie did a great job voice of Mr. Little. Nathan Lane did a great job voice of Snowbell. Nathan Lane did a great job voice of Snowbell. Jonathan Lipnicki did a great job voice of George Little. And all the cast members did a great job on this movie as well. Yeah, I used to have the VHS version of Stuart. I used to have the VHS of Stuart Little when I was a kid. I used to have the VHS of Stuart Little when I was in middle school. Now I have both these. I have the VHS version of Stuart Little and the DVD of Stuart Little. They're both pretty good. I have all of them. Y'all remember I've watched Stuart Little on Netflix back in 2019, which that was an awesome movie distributed by Columbia Pictures from 1999. And overall, I will give Stuart Little 9.5 out of 10. Awesome movie distributed by Columbia Pictures from 1999. Which along with that includes a sequel called Stuart Little 2. E.B. White did a great job based on the book for like Charlotte's Web, based on the book by E.B. White, like Charlotte, the author of Charlotte's Web, and The Trumpet of the Swan, along which that includes a sequel called Stuart Little 2, along with that includes a sequel called Stuart Little 2, which that was a great sequel from 2002. Also, there's a direct-to-video animated movie. So there's a direct-to-video animated sequel called Stuart Little 3: Call of the Wild. That was pretty bad and horrible in my opinion. Stuart Little 3: Call of the Wild is too mediocre. So I'm just sticking to the first two. I'm sticking to the first one and the second one. Sticking to the first two Stuart Little movies, which they're both pretty good. I hate Stuart Little 3: Call of the Wild. I really hate the third one. I'm sticking to the first Stuart Little movie and the second Stuart Little movie. Love both of them. So that's my movie review on Stuart Little. Well, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. We'll see you next time. This is me signing off.